What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we do have some good news. Want to address what's going on here because there's a lot of people that are asking for additional help, and I want to explain what could potentially be coming for you very soon. Now, one of the things that we've been getting a lot of questions on is more stimulus. Is there going to be stimulus? Are the child tax credits coming back? Are we going to see any guaranteed income? These pilot programs keep popping up. What about additional tax credits and rebates and so on and so forth? Well, that's what I want to discuss today, because right now what we're hearing from multiple lawmakers and from people within the White House is that the Biden administration is a little bit worried. Even the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen just said recently that a recession is not off the table. Because of the recent jobs report, a recession is very much on the table because the Fed is going to have to continue to raise rates. So, where's the Biden administration stand with this? And could we see additional support to middle-class Americans, the lower income earners? The answer is yes. Because what we are hearing right now is that the possibility that we dip into a recession, unemployment is likely to keep rising, inflation could easily tick back up, and more financial struggles are going to arise because of this. What Democrats are saying is they want to provide more help to the middle class. That's what they want to do. Now, this is going to obviously be great for some that are currently not making a lot of money, could use a little bit of assistance. But here's what Republicans want, and this is why this is going to be a little bit of an issue, is because Republicans say they want, instead of this help going to the middle class or to people that may not need it, they want this help to go to businesses. And the reason why they want this help to go to businesses is actually pretty simple. If businesses have this money, then they can go and hire more people. Now, Democrats say that they could use this money immediately. If we were able to get this money out to the American people that needed it, right? Lower income earners, middle income earners, people making under $100,000 per year. But keep that number in mind, because a middle income family, okay? We always see these numbers. Well, if you make under $150,000, $250,000 per year, you'll get this, credit. You'll get this, potential stimulus, whatever, right? Well, the reason why Republicans absolutely hate that is because Democrats keep bumping that number up. They propose something, and then Republicans are like, oh, yeah, I don't really like it. We should reduce the amount that the American people are getting. This should go to businesses, so on and so forth. And then in the end, they agree on something, and Democrats say, oh, well, hold on. If we're going to do this for you, then you should do this for us, where we should increase the income eligibility requirement. So that's kind of what's going to happen. Now, what could this mean, though? What could actually come from all of this? Well, here's what we know. The child tax credit payments are something that it's a bipartisan, not really a bill, but there's bipartisan support behind it. So that is something that we could see very soon. And again, that's the $300 or $250 or $300 per month. $300 goes to children 0 through 5. $250 per month goes to children 6 through 17. That's still something that they're discussing. One thing that I have heard lately is that the income limit. So before, was it $150,000 or less? If you made that, you would receive the benefit. But in this case, that might not be. What Democrats want is they want to increase that number. Instead of 150, they want to go up to like 200 to 250. That drastically increases the amount of money that's going out. Where Republicans say, no, 150, that's too much. We should go down close to like $75,000 for a couple. So again, big change. That would drastically reduce the amount of money going out. But again, Republicans say we need to save money instead of just giving it away. Let's go and let businesses earn it. If businesses are going to keep hiring employees, let them do it, but let's give them some type of bonus or credit or whatever it may be. We also know there's another push from the Biden administration for student loan or student debt relief. Now, it's not necessarily the loan itself, because what we're hearing from the Biden administration is that they are willing to provide some relief immediately, but at the same time, this is something that's going to go on. It's going to be extended for many years. However, just want to point this out, that we're already hearing that there's a chance that once the Supreme Court comes back, they could actually, they could actually block this again. So right now, the Biden administration, according to all the reports I've read, they're almost grasping at straws right now, trying to find a way to provide some form of relief or forgiveness. However, it's turning into a very difficult task because every time they try to do it, it's just not going to work. Okay, they're going after the wrong law, and so we might not see student debt relief come anytime soon without Congress stepping in. The other one, this is something that I was just asked this. Somebody, I told you, well, you see, I'm not in my normal studio, still, recording a video in a parking garage, but somebody asked me the other day, is it true we're going to get a $1,200 stimulus check? They're pretty excited because this person, they were pretty much living week to week, and honestly week to week. They're living in a weekly like a hotel. So this person asked me, is it true we are going to get a $1,200 per month stimulus check? This would really help me out. And I had to just be honest and say no. We're not getting a $1,200 per month stimulus check. That's not coming. The lawmakers that proposed it, they proposed it before. Even when Vice President Kamala Harris supported a bill that would have provided $1,200 per month, it didn't go anywhere. And it's not going to go anywhere because $1,200 per month to every single person here in the United States is going to cause massive amounts of inflation. Not just here in the US, but abroad as well. That's not something that we can do. Not at this time. So no, that will not happen. There's a lot of internet sites out there that are still saying that $1,200 per month check is on the table. In my opinion, technically it is on the table because they haven't voted against it, but it's not even going to land on the floor for a vote. Not in the House, not in the Senate. Okay? So all those sites, all those YouTube channels, all those TikTok accounts, Instagram account, whatever, that keep pushing this, that $1,200, it's coming, it's on the table. Technically it is on the table, but no, it's not coming. However, here's what is coming. More cities, more counties, not really more states, but they are now starting to see there's a pretty big need for additional support and additional relief. And the way that they're trying to do this is through something called UBI. It's Universal Basic Income, or what many people are now calling a guaranteed income program. There's a lot of pilot programs here. Now, for instance, Santa Clara County, okay, they're giving away $1,200 per month to 50 unhoused high school seniors. The reason why they're doing this is because they do not want somebody graduating from high school and then going out and living on the streets. That's not what they want. Also, in Rochester, New York, they're giving out $500 per month to 351 families, and this is going to go on for 1 full year. Okay? This is what we are starting to see. More pilot programs are popping up all over the place. Now, I was fortunate enough to get a comment from somebody it was like earlier this week, but they simply said that they actually were in they were in one of the pilot programs. I can't remember where. This went on like 2 years ago. Since then, they are not in the program anymore. The program has since ended, but the big thing is that they were in the program. They were at risk of becoming homeless. They were at risk of losing their job simply because they didn't have a place to shower. They could barely afford to keep the car that she had. Well, she said since she was in the program, and the program lasted for 2 years, since she was in this program, she said it was the best turnaround of her life. This put her on her feet. This allowed her to pay her bills. This allowed her to keep up with her car payment. This allowed her to keep her kids. Okay? So she has 2 kids, and this pilot program allowed her to keep her kids. That's how big it is. So these are the things that we're going to see pop up. This is part of the good news, is that the Biden administration isn't really stepping in. They provided the funding to the states. Now it's up to the states to determine who needs the funding and the relief the most. And once they're able to determine this, then they hopefully will start doling it out. Keep in mind that states have until January 1st, 2025 in order to send out this money, or else it will be returned back to the Treasury Department. One thing I can tell you though is that there are some talks right now that there's a chance that we will see this time frame get extended. So instead of January 1st, 2025, if we dip into recession, if we have this kind of long recovery, then we could see lawmakers try to change this instead of January 1st, 2025, maybe January 1st, 2027. So to give them a couple more years. Now, what about the lowest income earners? What about lowest income households, those collecting Social Security? Well, we talked about the child tax credits. We talked about pilot programs for guaranteed income. I can tell you right now, Social Security recipients would not be able to get into a pilot program for $1,200 a month or $500 or whatever it may be. That is something that's tough, because even though they should qualify because they're already getting some benefit as well, that's part of the reasons why they're not qualifying. Okay, so right now what the Biden administration is doing is they're attempting to get negotiations started with very open ideas that Republicans could get behind. Then, according to this report, based on previous tactics, they will then begin adjusting those numbers to allow more people to become eligible. And so, again, it's very interesting. They're going to come in with a very bipartisan idea. Then in the end, they're going to be like, since we're helping you out, passing a bill that your constituents like, well, can you do a favor for us, and can we increase the income eligibility? That's what we're seeing, and that's what we've seen. And this report is saying that they're expecting that to happen once again. So this means yearly income, no minimum income, removing restrictions, and just a bunch of things like that. Okay, so that's what we're hearing at this time, is that right now the Biden administration is ready to help, but they're trying to figure out a way to actually go about this. Are they going to go and try to propose a bipartisan bill and change it up last minute? It could happen. Are they going to propose a Democratic bill? They could, but is it going to go anywhere? That's the thing. Right now, it's really a strategy. So as soon as we get more information as to what is going on here, I promise I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But just know we do have some good news that the Biden administration and Republicans are looking at providing additional relief. It just depends on who's going to get it. How much is it going to be? Will it be monthly? Will it be a yearly thing? Well, we just don't know yet. So as soon as I get more information, I promise I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. All you got to do is 2 things. First off, hit the like button on this video. Also, click that subscribe button so you never miss an update. And I will see you guys on the next one.